everybody. Melissa Simonson here with this week's episode of the E-commerce Connection. And this week I have joining me, Chas Woodward of Heyday. Chas, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely, Melissa. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
So I want to talk to you about your business because it's very, very new, and we kind of want to learn more about it and spread the word. And so can you tell us a little bit about what Heyday does and how you guys kind of came to be?
For sure. Yeah. So Heyday was launched over the summer because we saw a unique opportunity on digital marketplaces like Amazon. And so we came to the conclusion that the next great entrepreneurs of consumer products are going to be launching these products on digital marketplaces. So 30 years ago, it was consumer packaged goods companies who, created products, understood promotions, understood marketing, and sold wholesale into big box retailers. That was then disrupted by the DTC movement, where you have, Warby Parker, Casper Mattress, Away Luggage, companies that go out and raise a ton of money to launch a product, heavily discount, run huge promotions, high customer acquisition costs, and basically get to a critical mass and then hopefully flip a switch to become profitable. And I think if you follow those companies, you know that it's unclear if they are truly, profitable now or ever will be. And so then I think you have these digital marketplaces like Amazon, where you have entrepreneurs who have great ideas for products, are really passionate about what they're creating, and they're launching them on these marketplaces where they're getting traction with consumers so quickly. And I think one of the benefits is these entrepreneurs don't have massive budgets of tens of millions of dollars to develop products and run them at a loss and then one day hopefully be profitable. I think what you see is folks who have a great idea for a business or a product, and they start selling it and they're profitable very quickly. And so we think the next great wave of innovation is going to happen on digital marketplaces. And so Heyday was launched with that in mind. And we sort of have three legs of our stool. We acquire Amazon businesses. We launch Amazon businesses when we see opportunities that are unique. And then we also incubate Amazon businesses or brands with entrepreneurs and partner with them to help launch products when we think there's a unique opportunity.
That's amazing. It's a little bit different, I think, than some of the other stuff that's out there. And I think you sort of enumerated some of the points of differentiation, but can you go into those in a little bit more detail of, why you guys sort of decided to structure it this way?
For sure. Yeah. So I think one of the things that, and I know there's a bunch of folks out there that acquire Amazon businesses, and I'll touch on that a bit later. It's actually, I think, a really good dynamic that's brought to the market that benefits sellers. But I think the way we're different is we really look for brands. We want to acquire and invest behind brands we believe in. I think one of the constraints for Amazon sellers is oftentimes capital. Either, their products are selling so well they can't keep in stock. They can't afford to order the appropriate amount of inventory to keep up with the demand, or they don't have, a ton of money left over after they sell so much and inject in a new inventory to run aggressive advertising campaigns. And so we look for brands where we believe there is an ability to what we call 10x those brands. So we want to find the next great wave of brands that are on Amazon, and if we can acquire them, we hope that one day they'll be 10 times the size they are than when we did acquire them.
Right. Excellent. So I think, as everyone knows by now, I hope the e-commerce connection is where we connect you with the Empowery partners. So everyone that we interview on this segment is an Empowery approved strategic partner. With this specific type of service, it can be tricksome. It's you're sort of talking about your baby. You built this thing with your blood, sweat, and tears. And sometimes when you're finding the right service provider, it really comes down to personality, and it comes down to if you connect with that team or not. And if you connect with them, if they appear knowledgeable, if you just have that trust factor. And so we do try and have a number of options available to our members so that we can make sure that they are able to find that team, that service provider that they really connect with and feel good about doing business with. So I want to thank Chas and his entire team for being our partners. We're very excited about this partnership and for the continued collaboration that we're going to share.
I think in the early days, there weren't a ton of options for sellers. And so they were sort of stuck with, making tougher decisions. And I think now that you have different parties entering the space, I think it gives power to sellers to be really thoughtful about who they talk to, who they partner with, if they're going to explore a sale. And what I would say, and I was telling Melissa, the advice I'd give my brother if he owned an Amazon business is, be very thoughtful, feel that you have the power to pick the partner you want to work with. I would encourage Amazon sellers to speak to a number of the acquiring businesses out there. Don't talk to one, talk to several, get a sense of who's the best fit. I think that there's enough competition now from the acquisition parties out there that you shouldn't take any deal that you don't feel completely comfortable with. I don't think you should feel any pressure to sell your business. There are enough parties out there and enough interest that you can find an outcome that really works for you. And that can come down to finding a party you feel really comfortable working with and you trust. It can come down to finding a party that will put forth a structure that you're comfortable with. And by the way, that's something that Heyday's been, very active in trying to introduce to the marketplace, which is, flexibility around structure. Folks are starting these businesses, they pour their blood, sweat, and tears into it. And when it comes time to sell, you only get to make that decision once. And so I think you should feel empowered to, make the right decision for you. And I think the best way to accomplish that is to talk to several parties, get a sense of what they have to offer you, get a sense of what sort of structures they'll provide you, and make sure you're getting a deal and an outcome that you're really comfortable with. That's been a change in the marketplace, since even 12, 18 months ago. And so I would just encourage sellers to really take advantage of that. I think your fate is a little bit more in your own hands these days. And so, Heyday's obviously thrilled to talk to sellers if they're interested in exploring an exit. But we would tell you, just very simply, you shouldn't only talk to us, you should talk to others. And you shouldn't talk to only any other one person, you should talk to a bunch and just get a sense of what's going to be the best outcome for you, because I think you deserve to get the best outcome and there's no shortage of opportunities to explore.
That's exactly right. Well said. And I think you're right. I think with so many more options now available to sellers, I think that it's a powerful position that sellers are now in, and that they really should take advantage of that. So another great reason to have you guys as our partners, so that people can really have a number of options to choose from, so that they really feel like they're getting the person, the team, the service provider that they trust, that they can really go to with questions, and to even use you guys to bounce ideas off of, and to say, this is the advice that we've gotten. We think that we're comfortable with this other service provider, but we'd like to see what your thoughts are. And I know that you guys are happy to do that, as well as our other service providers in this category of service. And so is there any last words that you have about Heyday or about e-commerce in general that you want to share with everybody?
Well, I'd say we're thrilled to be a part of Empowery. It's a great group. We're really happy, I think, with the approach you all take to providing value and as a service to your members. And I would tell you that, Heyday's not simply here to buy your business, right? Like we want to talk to folks who have pain points, who are struggling, who need advice, who need someone who maybe has a different perspective to help them tackle it. So if you're an Amazon seller and maybe you don't want to sell your business, but you're really struggling with X, Y, or Z in your day-to-day operation, we would encourage you to reach out, because maybe we can be helpful. Maybe we can introduce you to someone that can help solve a problem. Maybe we can be a resource. Maybe we can help talk you through the issue. So we're always open to have a conversation. We want to provide value and help solve with any sort of bottlenecks or pain points that sellers are facing. And so we want to be a resource to the community. So just broadly speaking, feel free to reach out if any of those things kind of ring a bell. But we're thrilled to be a part of the group. We think it's super exciting. It's a great space to be in. So we thank you so much.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today, Chas. Everybody, if you have any questions and you want to connect with Chas and his team, please go to empowery.com/contact. And as the name implies on the e-commerce connection, we will connect you with our partners so that you can be more successful, so you can get your questions answered, and so that we can really try and help you navigate the rough seas of entrepreneurship, as it were. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us today, and take care.